So these have got to be the most unluckiest group of kids I've ever seen. First off, the school is surrounded by weird creatures that start just eating each other. Not to mention a big ass worm shows up and eats all these creatures. Well, all the creatures that the kids can see. Then poisonous smog appears just out of nowhere, which we finally have the answer as to why there's been like no sunlight, why there really hasn't been a sky. There's been sun, whatever. Obviously they can see. They have been using electricity because that no longer exists, and they get their answer from the smog. But the one thing though that started making them want to venture out of the school. Well, the smog was more or less a motivator, something to push the bird out of the bird nest, so to say. However, what made them really want to go and check shit out outside of the school was because, if you remember, this girl named Queen, who she was like about 12, 13 years old, well, she left and she came back telling them about paradise, but oddly enough, she looked more famished and dehydrated than any of the fucking kids did. So they actually ended up to this place called Paradise, and it seems like Paradise was probably an amusement park at one point in time to show different eras of time. And this place is also it's hell. Yeah. I would call it Hell's Paradise, but that's already taken from another manga that I actually did review. If you go through my review playlist, there you go. If you go through my review playlist, you'll see that I have reviewed Hell's Paradise Jikokoraku from volume 1 all the way to volume, I think it was 12 or 13 was the final volume. I think that's what it was. I'm not really remembering that. But this whole place is futuristic, alright? The kids are being chased and killed by different fucking robots. I'm so surprised that Umezu Kazuo he kills off a lot of fucking kids in the series. However, he rarely kills the important kids, I have noticed. So, there's a lot of red shirts. In case you don't know, a red shirt it comes from Star Trek. Usually the red shirt would be the guy with a little red shirt on, and they would be the first one to get offed, to show the danger of the planet that they were on, or to show the threat. And that's what these kids are used as, like I said, red shirts. They're there to just show the threat of what is happening. Also, we get good old cannibalism in this volume. Yeah. So for a little bit there, Otomo and Sho's groups were actually working together. But then, they had another fucking falling out, and Otomo's group started fighting with Sho's group, but they really weren't fighting. But then, when one of Sho's guys fucking just flat out dies from starvation, Otomo's group takes his body and barbecues him. And Sho and some other kid think that they're barbecuing a roast pig. They're like, wait, where the fuck did they get a pig from? Questions upon questions. And I think Sho realizes quicker than almost anybody else what exactly they were eating. Sho's a pretty smart fucking kid. I'll give him that much. He seems to be one of the smarter ones out of the bunch. And of course, we hear from his mother again through Nishi's vocal cords, and apparently they have to go back to school because at the school, that is where the power of time is strongest. So check this out, okay? Apparently, the reason why that they went as far as they did into the future, okay, which we're still not. There's still no clarification as to how far ahead they fucking traveled, and that is kind of upsetting. But I do understand why that is, because it's almost as if Umezu Kazuo is telling his audience that this could be a foreseeable future for us all, and it could be in the next 100 years, next 100,000 years, in the next fucking millennia. But you don't know when it's actually going to take place. You can't put a set time as to when we should all do our part to preserve and protect this planet. Because if we knew when the planet was going to start declining, then would we just sit around and wait until that particular moment, then start fucking caring? Or would we actually start caring now? Or would we become just complacent and go, well, that's the future, can't change it? It makes you wonder just how would we approach that? So the whole reason behind how they got to the future was because an incredible shockwave disrupted the flow of time and space, and it triggered them entering into this flow of time and space, sending them to the future. The only way for them to be sent back to the past is through another incredible shockwave. And there's just a very thin veil of a possibility of them being able to do this again. Now, how the kids are going to generate a shockwave again, fuck, Lord knows. My guess is that there's going to be a lot of involvement from people on the other side of time and the kids to essentially create this phenomenon. Or at least that's how I see it. So we essentially got one more volume to go through here, volume 11. And of course, as you all know, once that is set, we're going to start on No Guns Life. Yeah, I got the physical copies of this. So with that being said, what do you guys think of The Drifting Classroom Volume 10? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I advise that you do so. And make sure the notification icon is on, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more content soon. Sometimes I might miss a day or two, so yeah. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It makes me feel good. It might help the algorithm out, maybe push my videos out there more. I'm hoping that's what it does. I'm still not 100% sure. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Ciao for now.